Gents, I just want to pause the episode for a moment to let you know about the Strong Men of Value Academy. You will have heard me refer to it a number of times, and I want to bring more attention to it. So this isn't just a program, it's a life-changing environment and community of men who are focused on personal and professional growth. We're looking at areas of relationships, wealth, and health, things to help you thrive and maximize your life. Imagine having bi-monthly one-on-one coaching sessions with myself, weekly group coaching calls, and an incredible brotherhood of high achievers by your side. Now we're diving into resilience, leadership, and holistic growth to not just succeed in your career, but to thrive in your health and your relationships. Your journey to greatness, it starts here. So join the movement and you can apply for the Strong Men of Value Academy. You can head to themanthatcanproject.com to find out more.
You're listening to The Man That Can Project with Lachlan Stuart, a global movement created to empower men and open up what's really going through their minds by having real and raw conversations about life's unique challenges and our individual ways of processing it all. Welcome to The Man That Can Project.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Man That Can Project podcast. I'm your host, Lachlan Stuart. And if you haven't yet subscribed or joined the Strong Men of Value program, you can do it from wherever you're based around the world. I would highly recommend it for those of you who are wanting to create more momentum in your life and be a part of one of the most exciting and integral groups online for men who are wanting to take ownership and be the best version of themselves. So if you're not on there, check it out, get involved, and I look forward to connecting with you guys. So today, more of a health focus with the podcast. I wanted to talk about the mindset shifts that need to happen when doing 6-week challenges, or even 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8, 12, whatever challenge you're doing, because like everything in life, there are pros and there are cons. And some of the pros that I see with 6-week challenges is this. It gets people motivated and excited, right? It actually gets a lot of people buying into the fact that they're about to take some pretty significant action, right? And any action is better than inaction when we're looking at anything, really, but health predominantly. And the other things is, you can see quick results, which for a lot of us is very motivating, right? It inspires us to keep going because it's often within that first 2 to 4 week period that we find it hardest to stick to something, right? Because what isn't habit, we find challenge in. So, for example, if you're currently not exercising, or maybe you're currently exercising 1 to 2 times a week, and within this time frame of a 6-week challenge, you might say to yourself, righto, I'm committed to exercising 5 times a week. For a lot of us, that's pretty significant. And what we don't consider is this. Every moment in time that we spend on something, we're sacrificing that time from something else. So the time that you're now, or the extra 3 sessions a week that you're now investing in the gym, you have to sacrifice something else in your life that has been a habit generally up until that point, right? That might be time with your kids. That might be time in bed where you normally may have been sleeping in. That may be time going to the pub. It may be time at work. But there is a sacrifice and there is a trade-off. And yes, from a 6-week or a 4-week standpoint, hey, I'm committed to doing that. But are you committed to doing that long term? Because often, while it is exciting to get results rapidly and it can be motivating, often, and here we'll talk about a few of the cons, is it's not sustainable. So the way that I think about things and what I am constantly trying to empower the blokes within the Strong Men of Value program to do is play the long game. Small, consistent daily wins lead to long-term success. Yes, go for a quick win, but ask yourself, am I prepared to do this for the rest of my life to maintain this result? And I'll say this with health because health is something that we should, I believe, prioritize for the entirety of our life. If you're not, potentially you could be facing metabolic health diseases, which a lot of them are preventable. Lifestyle factors like stress, diet, sleep, exercise can all improve that. So are you prepared to do that long term? Because a lot of people do this. They got their 6-week challenge starting at some point or whatever date. They go, righto, it starts on Monday. I'm going to have a fucking debaucherous weekend. I'm going to drink as much as I possibly can, and I'm going to eat as much as I possibly can. That is a fucking stupid mindset. That is the mindset of someone who is unhealthy and someone who is looking for a quick win and instant gratification, but isn't or doesn't have the standards of someone who has the level of health that they're looking to achieve. You shouldn't just go into a 6-week challenge wanting to get washboard abs. All right, well, if that motivates you, fucking game on. But that's not going to, these external or extrinsic motivators aren't sustainable long-term, because once you get it, it's never enough. It never is. So we need to think about, okay, well, if I want to be someone who has washboard abs all year round, why would that be important to me? What is the standards that I need to have to achieve that? Now, there's going to be sacrifices within those standards. There's going to be challenges that come with that. But the more you consistently do it, the more it becomes a part of who you are as a person. I know this because I've done it, and I'm not talking about the washboard abs. I'm talking about when I decided how the energy that I wanted to have, the productivity that I wanted to have, the mental clarity that I wanted to have, I realized the sacrifices that needed to come with that. I needed to minimize my alcohol consumption, my drug use. I needed to improve my diet. I needed to increase my sleep quantity and improve my sleep quality. Right? In order to do that, they were standards. They weren't something that I was just like, I'm committed to for 6 weeks. Let's see how it goes. It was like, no. They mightn't change much in 6 weeks, but I'm committed to it for the long term because I know that small, consistent wins there, I'll get better at it and I'll start to understand what it feels like. So what I really want to get across to you guys, when you take that 6-week challenge mindset is, yes, it can be motivating. Yes, you can get quick wins. And I don't, want you to work against it. I think, hell yeah, go for that if you're going to get some quick wins and it's going to motivate you. But I want you to shift your mindset around that. Like, look at them as, business. Okay. Within business, you might have sprints, but then you might even out to recalibrate, but the actions are still there day in, day out to grow. So while within a 6-week challenge, your intensity may increase, I wouldn't say add too much more in terms of sacrificing time if you're going to, it's not going to be sustainable. What I would say is if you're committed to doing 5 days a week, I would do 5 days a week for the rest of your life. Really, obviously, there's holiday, there's things that change that, but overall, I would be saying, hey, let's aim for that 5 sessions a week. Some days are super intense. Other days are more recovery or restorative protocols, but the time is set aside for your health and your well-being. Right? It is a non-negotiable. Some of the most successful people that I am fortunate enough to coach, they do this day in, day out because they know that it makes them feel better, right? Mentally, physically, emotionally, there are benefits. But there are many of you out there who are listening to this right now that you may have started a challenge at the start of the year and you've gone, all right, I'm going to dive into this. And then you've fallen off the wagon. And while you've had that huge uprise in productivity, your confidence has boomed, maybe your strength has increased and your body fat has stripped off. When the challenge is over, you've gone, oh man, I've absolutely nailed it. I'm going to now reward myself with a 3-day bender. From Thursday to Sunday, I'm going to absolutely bend it. And then what happens? Monday, you feel crap again. And then you go back to the same way of thinking and the same set of standards around your physical health and well-being that you had prior to the challenge. So you've proven to yourself that you can achieve the results that you want, but you just can't be consistent. You're not disciplined enough to be consistent. So while there are pros and while there are cons, I highly encourage you, for those of you who want sustained, positive health and wellness, physically, mentally, and emotionally, think about what you can gain from it. It's with the guys who are doing the 12-week Man in Momentum game plans that we've got. It's not about 12 weeks of hardcore action. It's about what are the new habits and the new standards that you are committed to setting, right? Setting within the next 12 weeks that you are going to sustain for the rest of your life, because it allows you to be the man that you want to be. It's not about going balls to the wall. It's just going, okay, well, for some of the blokes, it might be, I'm going to start reading 10 pages a day, or I might start meditating 5 days a week, or 5 minutes a day, or even doing one date night a week with your partner. They're things that the blokes are looking to implement as a habit and as routine and as a standard, because they know long-term it's sustainable, and long-term it's going to add value to the quality of their life. So I highly encourage you guys to consider this. I highly encourage you guys to think about this when you're diving into the 6-week challenges, because you're better than being a failure. The reason why you're listening to these podcasts, I would consider you guys strong men of value. I would consider you blokes who want to improve your quality of life, blokes who want more, want to be better, want to be your best. Right? And those quick sprint, all or nothing sort of that approach to things is not going to be sustainable, as you've probably found out from your results in the past. Gents, if you've loved this episode and you want more episodes like this, hit the follow button so you don't miss an episode, for one. But two, interact with me on social media or in the free Facebook group, and let me know what's going on in your life or what you've got challenges with, and I can do episodes that add value to what you need. But remember as well, this show does not grow without you guys. So I truly appreciate it. Every time you share it on your socials, you share it with mates. And if you could just share this episode with 2 mates who would get value from it, I'd be truly grateful. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for listening to the Man That Can Project podcast. My name is Lachlan Stuart, and I hope you enjoyed this episode and found it helpful. If you did, please take a moment to rate and review the Man That Can Project on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with our newest episodes. We'll see you again next time.